Hey guys, I've got a pretty quick video. I just wanted to show you something that we're doing a little bit different with my 10th grader's English. She was, if you've seen my videos where I did a curriculum review of what we were going to be doing for this year, she's doing ACE English, English 2, and it's not going that great. I mean, she's getting it. It's not like too hard for her or anything, but it's monotonous for her, and she is getting to where she just dreads doing it, and she's like, why am I learning this over and over and over and doing the same things, diagramming sentences, and she's just done with the grammar part, and she's pretty much got all that down pat. So she's, again, it's just kind of getting monotonous for her, and she's dreading it, and she is a reader. So the perks of homeschooling is that you can kind of, cater your homeschooling, or at least us in North Carolina, we don't have to follow any set curriculum, so we can cater to what our kids are good at, what they enjoy, and she loves reading. Like, book after book after book, she loves reading. So I told her to just stop. I think she was on book 7 maybe, and I told her to just take the test for that one and just stop, and we were going to do something different. So what we're doing different is she's going to read. She's going to read. I found this on Amazon. I'll show it to you here in just a second. I'm going to find more of these, or piece together something myself to where she reads these books that she's interested in that are, at her grade level or above. And she's above with the reading. Like, she loves getting these hard novels, big, huge books. It doesn't bother her a bit to see a book that's this thick, a novel or something like that. So we're going to pick books that she's interested in, maybe some that she's not so interested in that I want her to read. And we're going to get guides to go along with those, to where she has to, do the comprehension, where she's got to answer questions about what she just read, learning the new vocabulary words that she's picking up in these books, and actually studying the words, and, getting familiar with the words she's not used to, just the literature. So I guess we're gearing from just a basic English to more of a literature-based English for this year. And as I find more stuff, I'll show it to you. But what we're starting with right now is she's reading The Outsiders. She had been wanting to read this one, and the series, or this book that I got off of Amazon, it's a small little guide. It is a series, and one of the books was The Outsiders. So she's like, yes, I've been wanting to read that. So I ordered this off of Amazon. I've got the links in the description. I intend on getting at least one more of these. There's at least one other book in the series that I want her to do after she gets done with this. But anyway, I'm just going to do a quick flip through. Normally I turn my camera around and let you see it like the bird's eye view kind of thing, but I'm not going to do that because my setup is weird today. But this is what I've got. I ordered the literature guide and the book off of Amazon. Got it pretty cheap. So this says it is for levels 9 through 12, Great Works instructional guides for literature. And on the back here it shows some of the other books that they have in that series. This is the way this is set up. This is set up to where you can use this as, I kind of see it as like doing a co-op or a class. I guess it could be used in a regular school setting, but it's definitely set up to where you could use it for multiple students. The way we're doing it is just for her. It's got tear out pages, so if you didn't want them to write in this book, you can make copies. And it did not come, because this is like the teacher book, it didn't come with what we're used to, because our kids work independent. It didn't come with a structured lesson plan for them to like follow what they're supposed to do. So I made one, and I'll show that to you. But I'm just going to do a little flip through of this. This book, it's a pretty small book. It is 72 pages front to back. And let me flip over to, here's table of contents if you want to. I don't remember if Amazon showed this, but if you want to pause and zoom in, you can see that it is divided up. I think there's 12 chapters in this book, and it is divided up into 5 sections. It's got an instructional thing on how to use it. It pretty much explains like each section of each chapter, what they're going to be doing in each section, and I'll talk about that here in just a second when I show you my lesson plan. Yeah, this is just explaining the different things that they're going to ask them to do. A thing about the author of the book, S.E. Hinton. Let's see, book summary of The Outsiders, that tells you what the book is about. And then it gives you some other text that you could use for reference in this book. Let's see. and she's already done some of this. So she's already got some things filled out. She's already done the first part. So first, what it starts off with is the pre-reading. It says pre-reading theme thought, so it asks you questions about what it gives you statements, and then you put whether you agree or disagree in your answer to that question. And it's something to make them start thinking about the topics that this book is going to be about. All right, and then I'm going to show you what I made. I made this lesson plan. I'm gonna try to, I've never shared my spreadsheets, but I'm a kind of a spreadsheet nerd, so I make spreadsheets for everything. And this is the lesson plan that I made for her. I divided it into days. If you've seen our master books videos, or you're familiar with master books, I like how their lesson plans are laid out, so I kind of had that in mind when I was doing this. So I did it by day, and then I left a little box over here so that she could check it off as she gets it done. So it's whichever day, and we're not picky about what day they do these things on, so it's not like day 1 has to be Monday. 1 through 5 is not Monday through Friday. This is just as she gets to it, she marks off the day. And if she does more than 2 of these, more than one section a day, then like if she did 1 and 2, she would go ahead and mark that off, whether she did that in 1 day or 2 days, doesn't matter. This is just kind of a reference for her to mark it off. And then I can ask her, a couple weeks from now, what day are you on? And if she's close to day 40, which is the end, then I'll know that she's close to the end and I need to get the next book coming. All right, so here I put the page, I put the day, I put the page in the book that she's going to be doing, and then what it's about. So that was the pre-reading. And then day 2, the page, and what it's about. So it's vocabulary. And what you can see here is this kind of is how it goes. The pre-reading is only one time. That doesn't happen again. You have vocabulary, and then I put for her to go ahead and read the chapters, because after that it's questions about what she's reading. So you can kind of do these while reading, but I think it just to be able to lay it out and give her a definite time of when she's supposed to be doing everything, I went ahead and put for her to do the reading. So she would read chapters 1 and 2, and then she would be doing the questions, then writing questions, writing, closer reading, and then an activity. And that is everything for chapters 1 and 2. And each one has the same theme, or the same type of activities for each chapter. And I broke it down like that. So so that she's only doing one type of thing in 1 day. But again, if she wants to do more than 1 day's worth, she can check off 2 boxes in 1 day. So you have the vocabulary. There's 2 different, because this is for 9th through 12th grade, you can do this for different levels. I think you could probably do this if this book, if the books were appropriate for a lower grade level, I think you could do this for even lower grade levels. Let me show you that first part where it gives, let's see, understanding the vocabulary. Let's see. It has it to where you can pick 2 different activities. So this first one, I just gave her the instructions to rewrite the definitions. They're supposed to look up these words themselves and write the definitions themselves. I'm not really worried about her doing that, so I'm just going to let her copy the definitions from this page. So this is the teacher book. They're not actually supposed to be seeing this. So what you would, I guess, supposed to do is, this is perforated, so you would pull this page out, let them answer the questions on this page, or you can make copies and, have multiple students. So they have this part for your vocabulary, and it explained this in the first part of the book, or you give them this section to do for vocabulary. And then this one, you're supposed to, as you're reading the chapters, pick out 8 words that you want to, that are interesting to you or that you don't know, and that you're wanting to look up more information about, and you want to look up the definitions. So this is, kind of pick your own words to find the definitions, and the other page went ahead and gave you the words to do. So she's really good with vocabulary and looking up words. I feel like this is kind of a waste of her time to look up the words, look up the definitions herself. So I'm just going to have her copy, and that'll bring it to mind for her, and she can go back and look at this page if she needs to. And just writing them, I think, helps her to remember. So I'm just having her write. But the different grade level, I was just going to show you that you can pick different activities for that vocabulary to do. And then the next section was the reading, and then the next section was questions. And let's see. It calls it analyzing the literature. This is, again, 2 different levels that you can do. and it tells you in the instructions level 1 or level 2 which questions to use. So for her, I'm going to have her do the higher level, which is it has the square or the triangle. So I'm having her do the higher level, and that's the triangle. So on her sheet, she knows which of these pages she's supposed to be doing. Let's see, the next thing was closer reading. Did I do that right? Reader response. Hold on. Oh, no, the writing part. So reader response, this is writing. So it's a question and answer, and she's supposed to write it in kind of like, formal essay type. I'm going to make sure that it's not just incomplete sentences. This is going to get some of her writing with the literature done. So they can pick to do this in informative, explanatory, or argumentative. So she's going to pick one of these and answer the question. And then next is the closer reading. So it tells you to go back into something. It tells you which section. And if you don't have the same book, it explains that it doesn't give you a book number to go back and look at. It tells you where. So it says, reread the section at the end of chapter 1, beginning with, quote, Derry didn't deserve to work like an old man. So it tells you where to go back and start reading instead of giving you a page number. So it doesn't matter if you don't get the same book as me, or the book that, they don't have an intended book for you to buy with this, just as long as it is The Outsiders. And then there's the questions and answers for that specific. So they've read the 2 chapters, and then they're going back and kind of looking a little bit closer, digging a little bit deeper into another section. And then the next one is called Connections, and it's more of thinking deeper, question and answers, and making them really think about what they just read. And then the next one is an activity, and this is, you can pause that and look at it a little bit closer if you want to. It gives them 3 different things that they can choose from to do. I think I told her to do the settings on this one. I'm not sure, but it's characters, setting, or plot, and it's either like an activity, like a thing they have to create. Some of these were like making a pros and cons board. Let's see, make a before and after chart showing the differences. So it's not just writing, it's not just essay writing. Like, it gives them different things to do, which I think I think my daughter will enjoy. So you can cater this to what your student likes and what they're good at. And I like doing that, because if they like doing it, they're gonna have an easier time and get more of it done, and it's not so hard. It's not mentally hard for them to get done. Let's see, I think that was it. So that's the last thing for chapters 1 and 2, and I labeled it as activity because, like I say, in some of these it's actually like, it's not just writing. They get to actually do something a little bit different and be a little bit creative. And then it goes to the next chapters, which is chapters 3 through 5. And it's the exact same thing. You've got the vocabulary, you've got the reading, questions, writings, the closer reading, connections, and then activity. And if you want a copy of this, I don't even remember if I finished saying this. If you want a copy of this, I'm going to try to figure out how to share like the link to this or my spreadsheet. I've never done that before, but if you are interested in getting a copy of this, just leave a comment with your email address and I will try to send you that link. No charge. I'm just getting started with doing this. I do have lots of spreadsheets that I use that I would like to share, and maybe for a charge. I'm not really sure, but this will be free if I can figure out how to get it sent to you. And this is super simple. It took me like 5 minutes. But that is it. Again, this was on Amazon. I'll have the links in the description box. And that was it. If you have any questions about this, just leave it in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Have a good day. Bye.